Oh, no. Okay.
And I rolled a 25.
You rolled
Okay,
a
and
not one.
so you have his undivided attention. He's trying to convert you away from Osprey. He's trying to convert you towards a deity that respects the powers of good and uses proactive forces rather than the passive forces of water.
And I'll explain to him that would it be considered a good act to murder a god, because that's essentially what I would be doing by converting away from Osprey.
And he doesn't consider Osprey to be a real god in the first place, because he's not somebody that he respects. So perhaps the multiverse would be better off without this fish god. And he's phrasing it in ways to try to not insult you personally, but he's also very passionate on this subject. So you definitely have his undivided attention for as long as you want it.
Okay. Guys, do your thing.
So you guys downstairs, roll initiative.
Ah, okay.
Can I just do one thing that I was going to do before you said that?
Sure.
I'm protection from energy firing Kelian.
Okay.
If everything goes well, that shouldn't matter, but when does everything go well?
Great.
What are you talking about? The prison break was the most perfect plan.
All right, Mahogany, when do you go?
14.
And what about Kelian?
24. Roll a nat 20.
Kelian, what do you have to carry this fire sack in once it's inert?
I think we've got the bag of holding, don't we?
You're going to put it in the solution bag. Okay.
I mean...
I can't wait for the day that blows up in our face.
Yeah. It might literally blow up. Who knows? How heavy is it?
I mean, remember, it's invisible. You don't know the shape or size of it.
Okay.
Yeah, he has an invisibility spell cast on it. You know where it is because of the heat in the room when you move in that direction.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Aren't we on Mount Celestia?
Yes,
How does he have an invisibility spell cast on it?
because he's an Archon.
So, like, whatever he says goes, basically?
There's such a thing as and Riot should pay attention to this
yeah.
too. Actually, I've explained this before,
Yeah,
Mahogany.
it's a power key.
Yeah, power keys.
Oh, he has a power key.
Powers
Got
can
it.
grant keys to make spells work that otherwise wouldn't work.
Okay, yeah, that seems cool.
Something that a divine caster might want to remember.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Mr.
like,
Druid.
all of this conversation is actually probably going on in Mahogany's head. Like, wait a second, how does he have an invisibility spell?
Okay, so yeah, Kelian, you're up first.
Wait, what the hell happened?
We've rolled initiative.
Okay.
And we're in the basement?
Yes, you guys got down, passed without trace, got you down there. There's all this commotion and distraction upstairs.
Then I try to hunt for the heart in the basement. Do I need to roll investigation?
No, you just be
I'm trying to
attacking it
remember
at disadvantage, basically, because it's invisible.
Can I hold an action, wait for Mahogany to cast Dispel Magic on it? And then if it reveals... Actually, no, forget all that. I'm going to drink the potion.
Okay. And you drink the potion, and it's the coldest thing you've ever had in your life. Like, instant brain freeze.
Teeth chatter a little bit.
Mahogany, what's up?
Alright, that previous plan with the protection from energy, that was dumb. I cast Fairy Fire.
Well, you can't do that because you've already cast Protection from Energy because you're a Cypher. That already
No,
happened.
I can do it. I just ignore the fact that I'm dropping the concentration because that previous plan was
gotcha.
dumb.
And you're going to cast Fairy Fire. And you
It's
do
even
see
more of a Cypher thing to do.
and you do see the outline of this thing floating in the air. And it's pretty large. Like, it's about the size of the awesome pearl that Mahogany found in Osprey's temple. But you see it kind of convulsing, like it's breathing. So you surmise that most of it's filled with air.
For the record,
Alright.
Kelian, what that means is that you don't have disadvantage, you have advantage now. Because it can't benefit from being invisible, and you also have advantage because you're attacking it.
All right, then, yeah. I will use my breath attack on it.
All right. It doesn't get a dex save. It's immobile. It automatically fails death saves. So roll the damage.
D6s.
How many d6s did you said? 6?
It was. What was it?
3d6?
I think it was 46.
I'm pretty sure it's
Sounds right.
46. Oh,
Sounds-
nice.
Now the page is turning.
3, 8, 9. Do we get sneak attack damage on it?
No.
9? Okay.
9.
And being covered with this, the fairy fire, you see the convulsions, the breathing of the sack kind of contract a little bit as the thing shrinks down. And the fairy fire begins to fill up the little fleshy wrinkles as the thing is contracting. Mahogany, what's up?
How much HP did you say the thing had, Kelian?
40.
Alright, well, we just have to not kill it with something that isn't ice.
Well,
So I'm gonna hit
it'll
it with a stick.
Okay.
it'll regenerate that damage.
That's
On
fine.
each turn, yeah.
Yeah. So,
No harm in hitting it with a stick.
I mean, literally, there's harm in hitting it with a stick. That's the whole point.
There's no harm.
Well, you roll a nat 20, then you might have cause for concern.
That's 9.
9 points?
Yeah.
Kelian.
all right. Yeah, another breath attack on the thing.
Okay, roll it.
I don't like this. It doesn't auto gather the dice anymore.
I'm really hoping that he runs out of breath attack, by the way, because I have a spell and it's terrible.
14.
14.
Yeah, he's totally going to.
Oh, man, I'm so hoping.
I think you get one more shot of breath weapon.
Yep, I do. But I'm not doing nearly enough damage.
Oh, man, this is going to be really bad.
All right, Mahogany.
How long is this base?
How long? It's really tiny. I mean, you've got in one corner, you've got the this little kind of like comically small desk, considering the size of a Rockwheel Downwalker. Like, for him to sit at his desk and do the filing and such, he has to squeeze in between both walls of the place.
What's directly above us?
Directly above you, there's
Me
a very
figuring this out is my turn, by the way.
there's a very tight spiral staircase that leads up to the bar above you.
Okay.
And it's about a 10-foot high basement. So a Rockwheel, when he's down here working, he's hunched down, squished into this little tiny box.
Uh-huh.
So that's what you're spending your turn doing?
Yep.
Kelian.
Kelian looks at Mahogany and goes, "This might not work." It's starting to panic a little bit.
Well, I'm seeing some good rolls here.
15.
15. Mahogany.
Oh, it didn't go down?
No.
No, it's still
And-
breathing very weakly, faintly in the air.
Alright, and I'm gonna turn to Kelian. I'm gonna go, is that it?
Kelian lets out a huff and nothing comes out. Mahogany, what do we do?
Oh, I'm gonna cast Ice Storm.
So this sounds like it'll be fun.
Oh, I knew it was coming, and it's still as good as I was hoping.
Yeah.
Let me just very quickly look up Ice Storm here. So, I mean, the thing is, Ice Storm has a range of 300 feet. I'm not sure you're close enough. The 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder will not only fill the basement, but also the room above you. So everybody in the room above you will also sustain this damage. Alright, go ahead and cast it.
Goddamn Cypher.
So, Riot, upstairs.
Mhm.
And Serenity upstairs.
Make these deck saves.
Dex saving throw.
Can I see it?
Mahogany, go ahead and roll the damage. Oh, you will see it. In a second, yeah, after...
Oh, and it rolled 2204.
Ooh, I rolled really low on some of these saving throws. So... Alright, Mahogany, roll damage.
This is wonderful.
Both of you guys in the basement make this roll as well.
He's gonna murder all of these halflings.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yes.
I got a 21 on the save.
Okay. What is your DC, Mahogany?
Kelian got an
for
at 20.
what?
Spell save DC.
Oh, my DC? It's very low. 12 at the moment.
Okay. That's pretty low for a level 8 character.
I am very bad at wisdom. Remember that I've been losing my wisdom recently?
Yes.
That's right. He hasn't casted the thing to break his to remove his ability score damage.
I don't like these numbers.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
It's a huge number.
So how much bludgeoning was that?
13.
Now, Nick, I'm going to let you make a call on this. Because one could say that the bludgeoning damage is sustained before the cold damage, yes? So one could say if this sack has less than 13 hit points left, the bludgeoning damage kills it and it ruptures.
Possibly.
Oh god.
I feel like Nick is. You know when Brickroad we ask an NPC something and he goes, "This is me saying the GM isn't going to decide this for you." I feel like Nick is going.
But here's I would rule the other way, and here's why. So it's an ice storm.
Yes.
Right?
It honestly makes me think it's both.
Yeah, it is.
Once.
It's
It's cold and bludgeoning.
Hailstones are hitting you, so it's the bludgeoning and the cold damage.
But
Yeah.
it has to create the
it's
environment
both at
for
once.
which. I would say it's got to create the environment with which hail can form.
That's what I was gonna say. That would make sense to me.
Now that's my gut ruling too, but I wanted Nodal to sweat for a minute.
Oh no! See, I very clearly didn't give my opinion.
But you did drop the protection from energy spell, which you declared to be dumb. So, so what was the total on that damage?
The total is 10, 12, 15 cold, and 13 bludgeoning.
So for those of you at home, you need to stamp your Brickroad Trolls Nodal Trolls Brickroad blocks.
So that's 28 all told.
Oh, 28 total.
All right.
The Lucky Lion upstairs. I mean, this hailstorm erupts from nowhere, and everybody is bludgeoned and bruised with these hailstorms, and it gets freezing cold.
Riot just is shocked and like starts seeing the toll it's taken on the patrons, and immediately puts up an aura of vitality.
Okay.
Try and save some lives up here.
Make a religion check.
Okay.
Downstairs, how much damage did you guys suffer downstairs?
0.
I actually didn't roll yet because I want to take all of it.
Okay.
I feel like that's appropriate.
Okay.
I super failed that religion check. I got a 6.
All right. So you kind of don't have that epiphany until the spell has taken its toll. You don't leap to that conclusion, and by the time you're like stunned and you're like, oh, I gotta get to work fixing these people up. By that point, a Rockwheel Downwalker is already administering as much aid as he can. There are a lot of dead in the room. So you're gonna go ahead and kick up an Aura of Vitality?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and get that roll.
Okay.
And the good news, Kelian, is downstairs the thing has stopped breathing. And it's kind of deflated like a balloon to where it's just kind of like this fleshy bundle that can be kind of maybe compressed down to the size of a basketball.
Cool. Kelian grabs it then. And then, as he's running out, grabs Mahogany's arm and hauls ass out of there.
Okay?
I thought you had it all highlighted so you could count it all up easily.
I do not,
Oh.
unfortunately. But once we get them all into one square, then I can highlight them.
All right. Serenity, what's your immediate reaction to this debacle?
Pain
That was a
and
2.
horror.
Pain and horror. Okay. You guys see Mahogany and Kelian coming up from the stairs, lead to the basement level. There's so much commotion in this tiny room right now. Like the patrons who are not knocked unconscious are dragging the ones who are either unconscious or dead out to the street so they can be tended to. Riot at this point would be out in the street as well because that's where she can do the most good.
Yeah, Serenity would be dragging people.
Okay. By the time Kelian and Mahogany reach the door, 3 Lammasu have descended on the scene. Concerned onlookers are kind of coming in. The Lammasu are taking... the Lammasu are making efforts to keep rubberneckers from getting in. So... there is a very short exchange between one of the Lammasu and Arakwheel about what just happened. And Arakwheel immediately responds that someone has cast an Ice Storm spell on the premises. Mahogany, make a Wisdom saving throw.
20-something.
20-something?
Let me get the actual number, sorry.
I'm gonna need the actual number, yes.
Yeah. It's just 20.
It's a 20. Okay. What is Mahogany's immediate move after he comes out on the street and hears this exchange?
Mahogany never came out onto the street.
Okay, where was he going?
He was upstairs, horrified, casting Goodberry.
What's Kelian doing?
Kelian is getting the fuck out of Dodge because he's got the goods.
Now, what did you do with the basketball-sized fire sack?
He probably would have shoved it into the bag of the solutions bag.
So you gave it to Mahogany before leaving?
Yeah.
So you don't have the goods. Mahogany has the goods. So what is Kelian doing?
He's trying to escape.
Trying to escape. Okay. Make a stealth check.
Do we still have Pass Without Trace up?
I guess I
Yeah.
have to make it. No, is that? No, it's not concentration. So,
That is
yeah,
another
we got
nat 20.
Wow.
So 30.
So you slip out beyond the crowd. Serenity and Riot, you're out in the street helping. Mahogany, what do you do after casting Goodberry?
I'm trying to administer to people to bring them back up, because Mahogany thought this might have been stupid, but he thought everyone was like his companions, and he could just bring them back up after.
Mahogany can do nothing for the dead.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the Lammasu and Arakwheel and some of the higher level priests who were at the inn are able to use Revivify in a lot of cases. So they're able to make that work. One of the Lammasu, after kind of tending, he instructs everybody in the inn to come outside into the street and form a group. This is after Kelian has slipped away.
Should have held on to the goddamn... I put it in the bag because I didn't think I would get away, and then I rolled a fucking 20. Unbelievable.
How many people were in the inn?
Oh,
It's very believable.
Ish.
Probably 24 or so, including you guys.
Alright, before Mahogany leaves the inn, he leaves his platinum pieces hidden in a corner.
Okay.
His thought is maybe they can use them to buy the diamonds back.
Okay. Do you go out and join the group after this command
Yeah.
Okay. One of the Lammasu takes a position in the air, and his great wings flare out on either side of him. Does anybody attempt to resist the zone of truth? Actually, and specifically, does Mahogany attempt to resist the zone of truth?
One second, we've cast it a few times, so Mahogany would already know this. I'm refreshing my mind as to exactly what Zone of Truth does, whether or not it's what I think it is.
It's you. The way I remember it is, it's you know that you're under the influence of the spell, and you're not able to speak falsehoods while under the influence. But if you roll the save and pass it, the caster of the spell knows that you've passed and can continue to tell lies.
Okay, I can't tell a lie, but I can be evasive.
Yes.
Is okay? Then Mahogany doesn't resist.
Okay. And essentially, the Lammasu orders the caster of the spell to step forward.
Yeah, I don't do that.
They begin singling out, actually, Riot.
Mm-hmm.
Ciclon sips his Mai Tai.
The Lammasu glares down at you.
Oh, right.
I forgot they hated me here.
And says, if you know anything about this grave and violent injustice dealt to the citizens of Heart Faith, it behooves you to speak now. Let's be clear, Riot knows beyond any shadow of a doubt that Mahogany is guilty.
Wait, why would she know that Mahogany can cast a spell? What she knows is that Kelian had the cold breath potion.
Right?
I'm not sure Riot knows about Mahogany's new spells.
So what do you tell the Lammasu?
I tell him I have no idea who cast the spell.
You know it had to have been either Kelian or Mahogany.
That's true.
For a certainty, and Kelian can't cast spells.
Then I'll say I don't. Let's see. What can I say here that's not a lie?
Serenity, as Riot's clearly thinking about it, will say, I've never seen that spell before, and I don't know exactly what it does, but it hurts.
At this point, Serenity would have received quite a bit of healing from that aura of vitality, though.
Riot will say truthfully, I have never seen that spell cast before.
Lammasu speak amongst themselves for a moment. And then they order Riot taken into custody. And one of the Lammasu starts descending on Riot's position.
And Riot pleads with a Rockriel. Can't you do anything about this? I was helping to save these people.
And Arachwheel, looking very, emotionally hurt, upset, crosses his arms, says he dares not counteract the laws of Heart's faith. The Lammasu are the law. Mahogany, what's your reaction to this situation?
Mahogany thinks we can break Riot out as easily as we broke Serenity out.
Riot, what is your... do you resist being taken into custody?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it wasn't me. You've got the wrong person.
But just verbally?
Yeah.
So when you are physically restrained by these lion claws and lifted up off the ground, what do you do?
Yeah, there's nothing I can really do about that. There's no way I'm gonna bust free of all these Lammasu.
Okay. So none of the Lammasu have any Revivify spells left. One of them is down a Zone of Truth. Riot is carried away from the tavern by one of the Lammasu. You're taken to the High Temple of... Don't tell me. I have it listed here, I think. Maybe. The Temple of Mitra. Where they don't have a cell to put you in because it's Heart's Faith.
Right.
But you're put under guard in a small room with very few furnishings. Mahogany and Serenity. I need both of you to make charisma deception checks.
That would be a 1.
A 1? How did Mahogany do?
I literally rolled.
You literally rolled a 1.
Wow.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh boy.
Wow.
People have seen both of you in town throughout the earlier parts of today in in Riot's company and Kelian's company. They know the four of you arrived together. And some of the townsfolk begin offering this information to the one remaining Lammasu and to a Rockwheel Downwalker. So the remaining Lammasu turns to the two of you, and they first ask you why you're traveling with somebody who is obviously so dangerous, and what you would say in her defense.
I would say that Riot has never caused a danger to anyone who didn't endanger her.
In fact, she's a champion of the mountain. You can go ask the Order of the Plain Militant. We did them a great service.
That doesn't make her a champion of the mountain, so I'm going to rule that you can't phrase it like that.
Well, the rule is I can't deliberately tell a lie.
You very clearly know that she's not a champion of the mountain.
Alright, I would say she did the Orders of the Plains Militant a great service, and
Okay.
she would never knowingly harm anyone in this town.
Okay.
Do I know what alignment Ostrom is?
Lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral, okay.
And
I'll also point out, she's a changed woman since the last time she came here. She now follows a lawful god.
the other question they put to you is, where is the Aasimar you've been seen traveling with?
I don't know. Somewhere in
I have no
Heart's
idea.
Faith. Serenity kind of half shrugs when she says that. I was hoping to have a nice drink.
The two of you are asked to leave the town. By bringing such a dangerous spellcaster to town, you have... And, I mean, very quickly, a Rockwheel realizes that his fire sack has been stolen. And they pin that on Kelian. So while they're searching for your remaining thief friend, while the two of you had no hand in the evils that they brought to their city, nonetheless, you're guilty basically by association, and you're not welcome in the town. So they arrange for you to be taken out into the ocean and back to the portal to Sigil.
Is that,
Can I
how
arrange...
soon will that happen?
Immediately, effective
I
right
ask
now.
if I can give a donation to the church in repentance for my guilt on the way out.
No, absolutely.
They can drink for them.
Some
I'll
of the
give
townsfolk
them,
around will see to it.
I'll give them 300 gold pieces.
To which church?
They were all from the Church of Yolanda, right?
For the Halfling Church? Okay.
Yeah.
Kelian, what's your next move? I mean, you see the direction Riot's being carried off in. And it's pretty easy to piece together what just happened.
I hate this town.
I'm staying in the shadows.
Okay. Over the course of the next few hours, Mahogany and Serenity are taken out of the town.
Okay, I immediately go to the governor's.
Okay, and do what?
I say I want to cash in a favor. I need somebody who's wrongfully accused in Heart's Faith, a lawful good plane, to be set free. I need to get them a defender.
So you're cashing in... Okay. Riot, do you make any escape attempts?
I don't see how I would even begin.
Well, like,
Well,
That's a lie. I know the spell knock.
let,
Oh, the room they have you in isn't locked.
yeah, like how
It's
is-
being
what
guarded
is-
by Lammasu.
It's just being guarded by Lammasu? Like, how many Lammasu?
Kelian doesn't know because Kelian hasn't gone to the temple yet. But Riot, you know there are 2 Lammasu, lesser Lammasu, standing guard outside the room they have you in.
Let me briefly look over my spell list here. As well as what I could potentially cast tomorrow morning.
I thought we were done with Mount Celestia, personally. Kelian, are you making any attempt to get to the temple? What's your plan at this point regarding Riot?
Yeah, he would go try to scout out the temple and try to figure out a way to break out Riot.
Over the course of the next few hours, as the town starts to quiet down and go to sleep, you learn 2 facts. One is that the person who discharged the spell has been taken into custody by the Lammasu, and this is kind of a big deal because the leader of Heart's Faith is a greater Lammasu named Leibs, and Leibs has not had to preside judgment over a murder case in centuries. So while everybody is grieving the fallen that were not able to be saved, there's also a tinge of kind of tragic excitement as this thing that hasn't happened in 900 years is going to happen fairly soon. The second thing you learn is that you, in particular, are a wanted man in town, and everybody is looking for you, and every single citizen of Heart's Faith will turn you in immediately without the shadow of a doubt. The third thing you know is that Mahogany done made off with your prize, and he's got it now, and god damn it.
On the way back, Mahogany, Serenity is going to very curtly ask you, do you have the thing that Kelian was getting?
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Mahogany will hand it over.
Oh, but it's in the
All right.
bag, so first, oh, please.
Here we go!
How good would this be? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good would this be?
It would be 10. I would love
82.
every
82, I'm gonna go-
moment of this.
And you pull the frozen basketball-sized sack out of the bag.
I was literally holding a breath.
Serenity will take the leather wrapping off her maul, so it's now
Okay.
shedding light,
Mhm.
wrap it around the thing, put it in her backpack, and tell her, when Kelian gets out of there, have him meet me in the rat hole. And that's it, and that's all she says to Mahogany.
Okay. So, like,
Elsie comes along with, like, you know, with giant shades and a Mai Tai, and he's like, hey, what I miss?
so,
Yeah. Here's what I got
yeah.
for an escape attempt. Actually, I might need to look at this again, but let's see here. So, I've got my disguise kit with me.
Yes.
I know I can't cast Disguise Self, and I'm counting on them to know that too.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if I can gin up a convincing disguise.
Okay. To what end? What's the goal here?
The goal here is to fool the Lammasu guards into thinking I'm somebody else. That's part 1 of the plan.
That's going to be practically impossible because you're the only person in this room. So if you come out looking
No, I understand that.
Okay.
But that's only part 1 of the plan.
What's-
First,
What's part 2?
part 2 is to use the Kadrashi Fork to cast Fog Cloud and make it look like I have, like, a spell has been cast to replace me with somebody else.
Okay. And then what's part 3 of this plan?
Part 3 of the plan is to leave while they go look for Riot.
Okay. What do you disguise yourself to look like?
I'm gonna use my. I've got to cover my skin. I've got to cover my legs. There's got to be a hood or something I can throw over for the fin. Basically, just a human.
Okay. But there's lots of different kinds of human. Like, what like class of person? Are you trying to look like a citizen of the town? Are you trying to...
Yeah, I think that would be best.
Make the disguise roll.
Yeah, because like the quality of the disguise roll is going to depend on whether I go through with the rest of the plan at all.
Let's call it a dexterity and disguise kit.
Okay.
And make sure you roll really well.
What is my disguise kit?
I'm going to use the big D20 for this one.
Okay.
Proficiency and dexterity.
It's just not a deception check then?
Make the disguise check first. The deception check's coming.
Okay. Alright.
Oh,
That's good.
So this is only an 18 though. Well, no. Plus my proficiency bonus, it turns into a 21.
21, okay.
Yeah.
Make the deception check at disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm lowering the DC based on how well that disguise roll went.
Use a belief point.
I don't have any.
What?
I had 2. I used them earlier today.
Ah,
Um,
I want to use mine.
So, who do you claim that you are? After the room is filled with fog, and you're claiming that you're not Riot, you're some other person. The idea being that Riot teleported away and replaced her with you?
yeah.
Okay, so who are you claiming that you are?
Go to fantasynamegenerator.com.
Yeah, let's do that. 1 second here while I pull up a human name.
Let me just find my human name.
Right. I'm a little bummed that, like... Oh, well, no, they do under pop culture. I keep forgetting that there's a human name generator, which is my favorite thing.
The one for D&D is awful. It's so awful.
It is pretty bad. But I'm going to use it anyway.
I don't believe you.
What's a really good... I like Air True Scream. That's pretty dumb. Half of these are unpronounceable, so I'm just going to go with the first pronounceable one I see. I am Rue Hallowedfallow.
Rue Hallowedfallow. I'm going to put the onus on you to remember that name for next week.
Oh yeah, I still got it up on screen.
Okay.
And I cast Fog Cloud and start coughing.
Okay. They don't believe the story at all. They believe that you're still Riot, and that you're trying to use magical deception to get out of your predicament. And I mean, a very cursory examination when they pull the hood off, it's revealed to be the case.
Yeah.
And so now you're in more trouble than you were.
Right.
So, Mahogany, go ahead and mark off your governor favor.
Mhm. Yep.
And we're going to end the session there so we can let Mahogany and Riot sweat about it for a week.
Think about what they've done.
Listen, I was planning to do 2 Sigil sessions before kicking off City of Brass, so now it's just I have a big storyline to do next week. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if every 10 sessions we just put Riot on trial somewhere new,
I just want to let you know that I didn't request it, but I didn't know what lawyer I want to represent Flumph.
I think we all know.
I feel like it's too soon. You know? I feel like it's not been long enough.
Too soon.
okay, so let me make a
Kelian
straw
was
poll.
all set to let this plan fail until Ice Storm went off.
Serenity is so mad.
I maybe didn't consider a few things.
Pretty upset too.
Serenity is furious.
Does
Kelian
Serenity
owes Riot a
find
big
a
favor now.
Ciclon?
Nope.
Guys, here is the straw
Kelian
poll.
didn't cast the spell, so...
Vote for whoever you think deserves a blip this week. We will resolve one more thing before we go. Serenity.
Yeah.
We're going to begin the next session where you have been reported back to how to get in touch with Dwath.
Okay.
We won't actually resolve any of that this session because I'm going to have to do a little preparation for it.
Okay.
So everybody go to the straw poll. Whoever we vote for gets a little bit of extra experience. A blip right now is worth a lot.
Yeah.
Is worth 700 because we got level 8 people in the group. So, LC Clone, you have said you've written your. He's got a journal post.
Yeah, it's up on there. It's on.
Oh yeah.
Put a link in the Twitch chat so people
Yeah, no, I've
read it.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that.
Yeah, you should. No, you should ignore the DM when he asks you to do something. that'll go places.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, Chad. Go ahead and read that. read the bullshit that I banged. That I actually did write this by hand before I typed it up.
Nice.
So I was like, "Ugh."
So let's do a belief rundown. LC Clone, read your belief for us.
I should remember this by now, but we haven't really done a full belief rundown for a while, so
Guys have been doing some dungeon hacking for a minute, yeah.
it is a luchador's duty to know what heroism is and exemplify it to the public.
And did LC Clone live that belief this week?
I would say so, because he did help out with not only doing charitable works with Father Mondo and donating a bunch of stuff to his soup kitchen, but he also helped he helped out build a new church in city.
So, those are good works, but are they heroic works?
It's a fair question.
Does LC Clone see heroism as being just doing good things?
It's a fair question. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, questioning that. No, it's fine.
Did learn anything new about his beliefs?
No.
And are they changing?
No.
Serenity, go ahead and read your belief off.
By my actions, I will make the multiverse a better place.
And did Serenity live that belief this week?
No.
No. That was a very resounding no. Did she do anything to make the multiverse a worse place?
Probably. Absolutely.
So when Serenity made the decision to go to Heart's Faith and help Kelian steal this thing, why did she decide to do that?
I mean, whatever. It's not going to hurt anyone to move something around. It'll get Kelian the upper hand in whatever he needs. It's not really... She doesn't care. It's the lawful types that would have a problem with that. Whatever.
Okay.
That Serenity did not even care until a bunch of innocent halflings got bludgeoned to death with ice storms.
Does Serenity see any personal guilt in that? Or does
Yes,
she...
absolutely.
She does. Okay, for bringing the halflings there to begin with?
For bringing anyone... She's suddenly realized that Mahogany is incredibly dangerous, and she is probably going to be momming him across the multiverse for the next few sessions by the year.
Did Serenity learn anything new about her beliefs?
Yes.
What's that?
That she apparently needs to protect people from her own companions.
So, Serenity's companions have in themselves the capacity to make the multiverse a worse place.
Yes, she didn't think they were quite that reckless before. She thought in the middle of a civilized place they would be fine. She wasn't too worried about anyone getting killed. She was the worst thing would happen would be Kelian would be thrown in jail.
And are her beliefs changing?
Yes, she's probably going to have to reflect that in them, but I haven't entirely decided how.
Riot. Go ahead and read Riot's belief real quick, because you have a new one, yes?
Right. It's there is no law but the law of the sea, and any attempts to enforce untrue laws must be resisted.
And did Riot live that belief this week?
I would say that yes, because she tried to break out of prison.
So
She
does not.
She rejected.
She doesn't.
Destil,
Yeah, she
tried to
doesn't.
release herself on her own recognizance.
So yeah, she doesn't recognize the laws of Heart's Faith.
Right.
Now, Heart's Faith being a seaside town, does that have any bearing on that?
No, because they live on land.
Okay. Did she learn anything new about her beliefs?
Nope.
And are they changing?
They just changed.
They just changed. Kelian, go ahead and read
Yes, sir.
Kelian's belief.
Kelian's belief is the best outcome which benefits me or my party members the most.
And did Kelian live that belief this week?
I mean,
The answer is no. The answer is no.
No,
Just say
you
no.
all done fucked up. Let me just suggest the elephant in the room. Y'all done fucked up.
We got the sack.
yeah, like we came out with what we had hoped to do.
So
I'm going to say yes.
So the material you made off with the treasure, but let's say, I mean the punishment is going to be very harsh for Riot, who didn't have anything to do with it.
Why don't you ask me the next question?
Okay. Did Kelian learn anything new about his beliefs?
Yes.
What's that?
That it's for all of where there is a outcome wherein the material outcome is maximized but does not actually benefit the party, because now they're in a situation that is probably beyond his control.
And are his beliefs changing?
Yes.
It's okay. Let's hold off on awarding that point, because I think the change is going to be very contingent on what the actual outcome is. Am I correct in assuming that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's hold off on that for now. And Mahogany, why don't you go ahead and read your belief?
Everything has a perfect state of being, and some cannot be tolerated.
Did Mahogany live that belief this week?
No,
No. You sound so sad right now.
I maybe didn't think that plan through.
Now, does the perfect state of being of the City of Heart's Faith involve several dead halflings that were bludgeoned and frozen to death?
No.
No. Is Mahogany learning anything new about his beliefs?
Maybe he can't be tolerated.
So how does this... Let me ask, first of all, does Mahogany feel any guilt as far as Riot being taken when she didn't do it?
Mahogany feels guilty about everything.
So, Mahogany feels like he acted outside of his own perfect state of being. Is that where that's going?
Yes.
And are his beliefs changing?
Yes, but I'm not sure how yet.
Okay. Is it... Let's hold off on that one, too, because I think it's going to be contingent on the outcome as well. So, as far as belief points go, Serenity, I've got 2 for you. Kelian, I've got 2 for you. Riot and Mahogany, I've got 1 for you each. Kelian and Mahogany, we will see if their beliefs are changing next week, and we'll unpack that a little bit. Now, first of all, be very glad that you didn't actually start combat with that Lammasu. That thing is pretty strong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Riot knows how squishy she is.
Let's
she doesn't
have...
charge into combat. She doesn't do reckless things like that.
Let's just very quickly also just take another moment to appreciate the name Glascock McRosser.
Yes.
Pretty good.
That's a good day.
We need to keep him in the story.
All right, let's go to the straw poll here.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna do our blips before we do chat split.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, give it a little more time to get the votes in.
So we give 1 blip for the most creative solution to a problem. So
I think by the letter, I think of that, I think Mahogany wins because it was certainly a solution, and it was fairly creative. It was terrible, yes, but Mahogany blowing up the
Riot's sitting in jail going, this is why nobody gets like plans with me. No one ever is going to make a plan but me. From now on, it's just me.
I don't trust nobody,
Yeah.
not me, not to fuck things up.
Right, this is what happens when I leave anything to anybody else.
So who's getting this creative blip?
Mahogany, probably.
Mahogany? Mahogany,
Yeah.
how do you... I will give Mahogany the exclusive choice to forfeit blips earned regarding that plan.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
Of anything else, more than anything else in this entire campaign, that was an experience.
But you're a cipher, you're not a sensei.
Yeah.
But it is an experience point.
That's true.
We give 1 blip for the character who furthered the party's goals the most this week.
Can I say me because everybody else decided to get their dumbasses into?
Yeah.
Ciclon
Yes,
doesn't by not doing
Ciclon, by a
anything.
mile, did not take part in that adventure.
It's an adventure. What we're calling it? Is that the word we're using?
It's
That
an adventure
excursion.
now, yeah.
No, it's a train wreck.
So-
Let's call a spade a spade. It's a train wreck.
So here,
People were killed and we got treasure. It's an adventure.
let's give a visible representation of this. So here's the party. Oh, I'm white. I can't actually draw. So here's the party's goals here. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is where you guys were, like, at the beginning of the session. And 4 of you acted in a way to put them here, whereas Ciclon left them alone. Is that why we're...
Yeah.
He hasn't moved forward, but he did nothing to
See-
move them back.
Yeah.
See, there I am. See, there's me right there.
We give 1 blip for what was the most badass action of the session.
Can I throw my name out there again and say chugging all the shit that the dude was digging out of my body?
Drinking the ridiculous chaos juice.
I mean, I don't want to acknowledge anything else anyone else did this session, so yes. I don't want positive reinforcement for that.
I'm also going to nominate myself for breaking the news to Bobrick.
For badass?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that.
Right.
I changed my thing to that.
And we give 1 blip for intangibles, for just, whatever.
Can I just give this to Serenity out of sympathy?
What did Serenity do in the session that you believe is blip worthy?
Oh, this is a whatever vote. This is an I'm sorry vote.
I
I'm
would-
sorry, Serenity.
I would nominate also Ciclon for the intangible for the foul concoction stuff. I like that a lot.
For the what?
The foul concoction.
Well, I already got that for badass.
Did you?
Yeah.
I have Riot down for badass, I thought. For...
Oh yeah. Okay.
The reveal.
no, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
It was your decision to change it.
Yeah. I don't remember things from No Man's Moment. I'm like a cipher in that
So,
regard.
Mahogany, you won the straw poll.
Oh. See, this is why I've always said chat can't make you trusted.
Well, we know that, and yet I keep making straw polls. So, I mean, is
You won
that...
it on the week I sang the best song I've ever written.
Oh, that's true. That song was fantastic.
That was a really good song.
It
But well
was-
done, Mahogany. That one's like no, that definitely I think counts for the straw poll because just that one thing set so many things in motion, changed 2 beliefs by my count. Like that was a big deal.
Okay. So last question I have is Kelian. Concerning Riot's plan for plotting against Darkwood, did Kelian make a decision about that yet?
Oh, he's not doing that. No.
He's not doing that. Okay, so
He's
here's
no
what
part of
I'm
that.
awarding. There's no encounter experience this session. It's all blips. A blip is worth 700 experience. Riot, I am definitely awarding your flaw blip. I don't trust anyone but me not to fuck everything up. Everything got fucked up. I mean, your only part in that plan was, hey, distract the Archon. We'll take care of everything. And next thing you know... And I'm awarding you your faction blip for the plotting against Darkwood. 1 blip for the Ballad of Lois Vesterhoff. And the badass blip this week.
Okay.
Ciclon,
Hey.
I am awarding your alignment blip for giving all your money to the soup kitchen.
Yep.
I'm awarding you your faction blip for attaining a higher form of being, so to speak, with your new chaos abilities, for undertaking that training and becoming more powerful as a result. You're walking away with the assist and intangibles blip, plus 1 blip for your journal. You're walking away with 5 this week.
Wow.
Kelian, I got 2 for you.
All right.
I'm awarding you your alignment blip. Good and evil are means to an end. The end is chaos. This session, Kelian definitely used evil as a means to create chaos. I'm also awarding you your flaw blip. Your flaw is apathy, apathy, apathy. Kelian gave no shits about anything except what he was going to steal. He didn't care what happened to anybody else. He didn't even care that he didn't have the thing in his bag. He got the fuck out of Dodge at the very first sign. Serenity. I'm awarding 1 blip for completing your previous bond. Very well done. And 1 for your alignment blip. Good is helping the weak and less fortunate. That is for your role in assisting the survivors at the tavern. And your flaw blip. There is only now, as far as I can tell, that's why you agreed to go on this little adventure. And yeah.
Probably also why I invited the halflings.
Mahogany.
How much are the blips?
700. So that was 3 for Serenity. Mahogany, I've got 3 for you. You walk away with the straw poll blip because the awful, terrible, no good, absolutely horrible thing you did. And they awarded you the creativity blip. I'm also giving you your blip for your flaw. I'm not sure I'm doing this right. You didn't do that right. Now, Mahogany. Several sessions ago, we had a slight talk about an alignment penalty for an evil act you and Serenity committed in Sigil. This session, you completed a very chaotic act. I'm not going to call it evil because it wasn't done with maliciousness. You just didn't think of the consequences. But that was very, very chaotic in comparison to how Mahogany usually acts. Mahogany's alignment belief is that chaos serves to push against law, which exists to benefit the lawful. So unless you have a very good explanation for how your ice spell served to push against the laws of this place that only exists to benefit the people who live here, that's strike 2 against your neutral alignment. What do you got for me?
I don't have anything.
Nothing. All right. So we're going to be doing a lot of soul searching before going to the City of Brass. That'll be very interesting. Fortunately, there were no rules for like ice spells do max damage or anything on Mount Celestia. That's probably
No
for the best.
No fooling.
That was a very interesting outcome. So all that means, Mahogany, is you're gonna have to work even harder to maintain your neutral alignment. Otherwise, you will shift in one direction based on your actions. Fortunately, you might have a lot of chance to mediate during Riot's trial. So I have a lot of prep work to do that I was gonna focus that time on building this big dungeon that I'm working on, but now I've got to do something else. That was a lot of fun.